All right, we got a maple farmer that reached out to us through Facebook and said, hey, stop on in. Actually, I think I invited myself. Didn't I? I was like, hey, we're going to be driving right by.
Yeah, kind of.
Why don't we just stop in and say hello?
Yeah, he just left work, so.
He's got a sugar operation up here near Malone. We drive through here all the time. Take trucks through here. A lot of syrup through northern Vermont. The Route 11 path is so much easier for us from Ohio when you're in northern Vermont, and then typically southern Vermont will drive 90 and then go up through. So here he is.
It's there,
man. Love it.
It's actually not. Well,
it's not it, huh? That's Split Ridge.
It's probably here, but the address is actually up there.
Gotcha.
So we'll go to the address and see.
He's got some donkeys. Sweet. Nice view of Malone. Nice little sugar house here. Really nice drive. Everything's kind of kept neat and orderly. Very cool. That's called a late night boil when you forget to put the cap on. Split Ridge maple, baby. New York maple syrup. I wonder if those are his donkeys. Sap hauling tanker van. Nice. It's clever. Strapping. It's a pretty good sized tank.
I like it.
What's that?
I like that a lot.
The strapping?
Mm-hmm. We're just putting it in a
Dump trailer so you have something you can use?
this dual purpose.
There we go. 1,000-gallon tank, probably 1,200. 1,000-gallon tank. Oh, there's some tubing back there. So we're here snooping around Hunter's Sugar House, waiting for him. But yeah, he reached out Facebook, said, "Hey, I want to talk to you guys about what your plans are." And I said, "Well, let's meet up. We'll be going right by there." So he'll be here shortly. He's here. Hunter.
Hey, Nate.
How's it going, man?
All right.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
This is Dan.
Hi, Dan. Hunter. You guys related?
No.
No?
No.
Co-worker? Nice.
No, I mean,
Yep.
I appreciate that because he's much better looking than I am.
Welcome to Split Ridge Maple, guys.
Yeah, dude.
Come on in. I'll give you a tour.
Sweet. You got a good view. Is that Malone down there?
It is. So a couple years ago, this was, we had this all logged off. The plan was to put some houses down in there, but turns out we were on a pretty good string of gravel, so we do a little bit of gravel here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, more or less for the view. The wind blows across here like heck now.
So you got all the way down to those power lines down there?
Yep. So everything from the corner down across. There's 510 taps behind the sugar house.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Are those your donkeys over there?
No, that's my cousin's family.
Ah,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yep.
Nice kitchen. Everything you have is pretty neat and orderly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had no idea you'd be meeting up with me today.
Not a clue.
Your stack's open. You see that?
Yeah. Yep. Power of the YouTube.
Yep.
Come on, it's the evaporator room.
This is cool.
Yep, little meet and greet room here. Everybody gathers up on Saturday night.
Yeah. So you're running oil? I saw. Okay.
4x14. Believe it or not, this rig is actually like a 1996, 97.
And it's a rear fire?
Yep, rear fire.
How? They had those back then?
Yep.
No kidding.
Yep, we actually, this rig came out of Canada. Guy ran 3,200 taps on it.
No RO?
Me?
No, the 3,200 taps.
No, he did. He ran an RO on it.
This is a big evaporator for 3,200 taps.
Yep.
Well, this is cool, man.
Yep. Yep, we had, actually had our second boil the other night. Season's starting kind of slow here.
Is this some sort of a
So it's a reverse fire. So a fire's in the back, it comes up and it hits the front pans first.
Okay.
It goes through the diverter box, and there's actually fire tubes inside the rear.
Okay, this is Lapierre.
Yep. Yeah. What was Waterloo?
So this pan here. So did Waterloo come up with the through the flue idea?
Yeah.
Huh, I always thought that was Lapierre that did that. It's like the most efficient evaporators they make because the bottom of his pan's flat.
Yep.
And the fire actually hits the bottom, comes up, curls around here, and then goes through the flues. They're like tubes, right?
Yep. Rectangular fire tubes, I call them.
So the fire tubes are actually right.
So this is a completely open box. And then on the front face of this pan, there's just a bunch of rectangular tubes stacked up.
Right. So the heat goes up through here.
Yep.
And goes through the flue pan.
And then this is the diverter box for the sack. Comes out here and then goes out. There's nothing. This is a complete hollow.
This is a nice rig. That.
Yeah. Guy took very good care of it.
Yeah, I'll bet you it screams, doesn't it?
Yeah. So we had Lapierre just came and did an efficiency test on it, and we were burning somewhere around 25 gallons an hour of fuel, and he got us down to like 22 gallons an hour of fuel just by changing the nozzles.
Gotcha.
And the max we could run through this rig was like 16% before, because it was putting so much heat in the front. It was making syrup before I had time to get through.
Gotcha.
And he changed the nozzles, and the other night we ran 21% through it, and I mean.
So you'll actually save fuel oil by being able to run.
Right, and making more syrup an hour.
So he turned it down basically.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be as hot.
Yep.
No kidding.
Yep.
I always thought Lapierre came up with those. Maybe they did in Waterloo. I don't know.
Because what Lapierre bought Waterloo out.
Yeah. Yeah, but the through the flues. This is one of the first ones I've actually seen in person that I know.
Wish it was apart, it'd be easier to see. But.
Oh yeah, but so it just goes right through.
Yep.
That's why.
Yep.
But today, I believe they make them where the pipe goes up at an angle.
Could be. It's like if you were to look at this rig today, there's no diverter box.
Right.
It's just 3 pans in the front.
Yeah, and that's just for heat.
Yep.
So it's a 4x14, but you got about a foot taken off with the diverter box.
Yep.
I got you. I know they're efficient.
Yeah, we thought about buying a smaller back flue pan so we could run a front syrup pan, but the way the arch is built, it ramps up right here.
I got you.
So to move that back, I don't know.
I got you. Yeah, because it goes down, around, and then goes through the flue pan, which is, I think, a pretty ingenious. This is actually, we've been talking about making a video about every equipment manufacturer's best thing. So like MES has the best membranes and probably the best, they got the best steam pans. And then D&G is known for their big filter presses being the best. Like everybody in the industry knows it. Then CDL's got the spin seal, which is a really, everybody likes the spin seal. And they also have the tapper. What's that thing called?
Precision tapper?
Yeah, the precision tapper that Evan Brannon invented. So we've been talking about doing a video and like highlighting. But Lapierre's, like regular conventional evaporators, with that, the heat hits the bottom of the flue pan and then comes around. Like it's the best, most efficient design for oil consumption and just the best use of your heat. But yeah, every company has something that's really unique. I would say the check spout adapters that Leader has, the best maple producers in the country that make 7.5 pounds per tap. Use them. There's a reason. So, these guys that are really good use the best from each company. I don't know if that makes sense.
So everything here was pretty much pieced together. It was all used. Nothing. We didn't buy anything brand new other than a few tanks. So it's a pretty busy room, honestly. A lot going on in here for a small package. But,
Yeah, you do. You got towers back there.
Yeah, 3-post CDL and then a
big spring tank.
Spring tank. This actually came out of Lake Placid.
Okay.
This is a new addition for this year.
This is doing like a single pass for you, and then you're finishing it with this.
So normally what we do is we leave our flow rates pretty high, just as a workhorse, take the water out. We pull out of one tank, send it all back out at like 5-6%, and then run it all back in and do our final pass.
Which one's doing most of your concentrating to get it up to 20 bags? I got you.
This one. So this has it's got one CDL membrane and two H2Os. This one we bought post 3, I think, has one membrane that's going bad, and that the flow rate's well underperforming. So I was actually there's a guy downstate. He's got a TikTok. His name is Farmer Joe. And he actually just put all new MES membranes in his RO. He's got 2 3-post CDLs, and he said they perform like crazy.
Yeah, they're known to be the best.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I see that you've done what I've done, which is an addition upon an addition.
So the original Sugarhouse was built in 2018. Started out on a 2x8 A&A metal shop evaporator.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So this is where we started.
So this is the original Sugarhouse here.
Yep. This is the original one. So PJ,
That's a 2x8?
Yep.
That's a great size for wood, dude.
So my cousin, who actually this is more or less his facility, but we sugared together. So he bought this originally in 2018 and ran, I don't know, 400 or 500 taps off of it. And then in 2022, we built the new addition to the sugar house. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Is there a preheater in there?
Yep. Yep. Copper preheater.
I had an A&A copper preheater.
Yep. They are a good little rig.
They are.
That's been that thing's made a lot of syrup.
I'll bet. Is it raised? Or drop flue?
No, drop flue.
And does the A&A soldered at one? Was this all soldered?
Yep.
Gotcha. Silver solder.
Well, it's been a nice little rig. It's a little dirty right now.
This is a good size for anyone who wants to do wood.
Yes.
Because you get that extra 2 feet and you're going to use... it's kind of cool that you kept it.
Yeah. Oh, we still run it.
Oh, do you really?
This is what we make all of our bottled syrup on.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, it's like last year for our open house, we took a gallon, and this has always been a debate. We took a gallon of oil-fired syrup and a gallon of wood-fired syrup, and everybody that walked through the door, we had 280 some people here last year for Maple Weekend, the first weekend, and we gave everybody through the door a sample of each, and out of 3 people, there was everybody else.
Well, this gets hotter on the flues, so wood-fired evaporator syrup does have more caramelization and maple flavor. It's not like it's a gas.
Yep.
So I do like the flavor of wood-fired syrup.
We burnt it up a couple times and put some hot pine in there so it'll look very away there for you.
Oh, you mean pine wood?
Just pine wood. Yeah,
like probably kiln dried, so it really fired.
It was 2-3 years dried. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, you haven't lived till you smoked one.
Yeah. Well, we've got a lot of people in the area, friends and family that love stopping by. I mean, this road right here is a very high traffic road, so when we're boiling, to have a sugar house full of people is nothing new, you know.
Gotcha. So you've boiled how many times?
We boiled 3. The first night was just pretty much a sweeten the pans. The second night we made 100 gallons, and then the other night we made 230 gallons.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at your sap tanks, man.
The vacuum pump's
That's all right.
Loud, but this is our.
You're gonna get a run today?
Yeah, sap's running right now.
Little sand filter.
Yep, sand filter. What an amazing difference this has made on pre-filters for the RO. We haven't changed our pre-filters at all this season. The first run we had right around 6,000-7,000 gallons of sap. The last run we had right around 11,000, and we haven't changed our pre-filters yet. Yep. Little mini pump runs 500 taps out back.
Nice.
Yeah, pumps. So it's not automatic, but there's just a transfer pump that pumps out of the releaser tank into another tank, and then we got a manual.
Well, with it, how neat, orderly, and clean everything is, I'm just guessing. Are you doing mechanic work? Are you commercial electrician?
So, for my full-time job, I work for a wind turbine company.
Oh,
I do all.
We got a few of them out here.
Yeah. The one.
You ever been up in one?
Oh yeah.
How long does it take to climb to the top?
Oh, 3 minutes probably.
Fred and I both want to get in one day.
Yeah, they're quite tall. But no, I got 250, 700 gallon Lapierre tanks. And
oh, I forgot. The other thing Lapierre does really well is they make the best sap tanks. I actually store maple syrup in a 4,500 gallon sap tank. I will say I puckered it a little bit when they bang. when we started filling them up with syrup, because it's a lot of syrup. But if you can store maple syrup in a Lapierre sap tank, I have 4 of them. I feel pretty good about the sap storage. I didn't trust anyone else's tanks, so I emailed Lapierre and I said, "Hey, can I store syrup in this?" And they're like, "We can't." So we just filled it up little by little, kept testing, but they will hold syrup. Yeah, these are nice. How much is each one of these?
57 something, 57, 50 maybe. What's that say?
57.7. What's at the end? Permeate?
Yep. So it's 2,200 gallon permeate tank, and then there's a 3,000 gallon poly vertical stand up tank out back.
You got these used?
No, we bought this one brand new last year, and then we bought the middle one brand new this year.
So what is it that you need? What are you short on? You got enough drums?
We had to buy 30 more this year.
Did you?
Yeah. We increased our...
What did a brand new stainless drum cost you?
We bought these from CDL for $189 a piece.
Brand new.
Brand new.
That ain't bad.
Yep.
Did they come with a Made in Canada sticker on them?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Little view over Sugarhouse out back. 500 and some taps here.
So then you just pump it up.
Yep, there's a little bulk tank down there by the river.
You ever have that thing float away on you?
There has been a couple times where it's
You had to go back down the river and catch it?
gotten a little fishy down there.
Jeez. I bet you that water rips when the snow melts.
Yeah, last week when it was thawing really hard, it was raging.
Huh. This view does not suck, dude.
No. At night, when all the lights come on in Malone, we got the evaporator on. It was pretty good view.
Yeah, I'd say. This is awesome. Is that deer down there?
Yeah, it is, actually. Yeah.
A couple of them.
Yeah. They've had a pretty hard winter. We've had way...
A lot of snow cover.
Yeah, a lot.
So they've been eating bark.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. Didn't take long.
All right, Hunter, how many taps you guys running here?
So right here, there's 510 taps. Somewhere around there, somewhere around 500.
So right here down on the creek side,
Yep.
You're running this little vacuum pump in here to run these 500 taps.
Yep. And then I got 2,400 at one bush. I got 4,000 at another. PJ has 2,100 up in Scary. That's south up in the mountains. And then he's got 1,100 just down the road here at a... We call it the Houndsville bush.
Gotcha.
Road bush.
Then you guys help each other out.
Yep.
You guys tap together and
Yep.
cool.
Yeah. If tubing's going up, chances are we're working together.
Good. It's, you know what? 1 + 1 = 3.
That's for sure.
So does he help you? You know, you guys help with boiling and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
I take just as much pride in it as he does.
Good deal.
It's not a one-sided deal, that's for sure.
Well, Hunter, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
So we are in upstate New York, taking 11 back through, and we're in a town called Gavna, which I am only allowed to say per Ralph's rules in the town. Gavna.
Gavna.
But I used to say it when I first saw the sign, Gavna. But now, I only say it in the city limits because I will drive everybody nuts. Gavna. Yeah. But the truth is even Fred says it that way now, and I think even Ralph says it that way. I don't know if Ralph says it.
It's fun to say.
It is. If you just do a little Gavna, it's a little British accent, and yeah. And if you ever saw how it was spelled, you would think the same thing. That it's definitely pronounced Gavna. Hello, Gavna. Looking for it on a sign. New York pizza. That place is right there. It's good. Got thin slice, New York style. There it is. Gavna Savings.